Hello, my dear students. In this second part of the orientation videos, I will be focusing on the laboratory manual. This is the 25th or the 2025 edition that I prepared for robotics number 2. I decided to make a video on its parts because, well, there are many parts and pages, 91, I think, pages of them. And in order to maximize its uses, let me talk about the content of the manual and how to best use the manual. Okay, what are the contents of the manual? So there are lessons, and under the lessons, there are FAQs, frequently asked questions about the component in focus. The activities under that particular lesson is also included, as well as the task and the two mini projects for servo motors. The first mini project is traffic light system, but this time you're going to put barriers on the traffic light system and you will use the servo motor for that. And mini project number 2 is the DIY candy dispenser. Again, for robotic students, these are not required activities. I mean, the mini projects are not required activities, but for capstone students, they can choose between the two of them. They don't have to do both. For all of you, activities and tasks are required. Outputs and lessons and FAQs ay doon natin kukunin yung coverage ng ating written quiz. There's only one written quiz for the whole of robotics 2. So this is the structure, the outline for lesson 1, servo motor. How about lesson 2, LCD I2C module? You also have the FAQs, frequently asked questions. I included there what are the things um, that are what are the problems that you might encounter when you are using the component, the LCD, and how do you troubleshoot them? I also included how do you connect them with the Arduino Uno. For LCD I2C, there are 6 activities and 3 tasks. The 2 mini projects na pwedeng pagpilian ng capstone students are the color selector. So you will use an RGB LED here and a door lock system. So servo motor again and with button control. Okay, lessons. It includes basics of the components, meaning to say, what do you need to know about it in order to use them in the correct way? Its structure or its mechanism, how it works, and what are the projects that you can do using those components. Again, this is for the written quiz or exam in the third quarter. FAQs, how do you connect it? How do you install in the case of the LCD, a library? And how do you troubleshoot issues that arises kapag ginagamit mo sila? Now, how about activities? As was discussed in the first part, these are the parts of the activities section of the laboratory manual. So you would have the title as well as the description of the activity. Maybe if you want to find out ano kaya gagawin namin today, you can first look at this. And then when you're asking, what do I need to bring out sa aking kit? Look at the material list. Now, the people who do the wiring should look at the circuit instructions and the diagram. The coders should look at the code. And when it comes to the task where you have to modify the codes, you can look at how the code works so that you can understand it better. Now, here in the appendices is where you can actually copy and paste the codes to your sketches. Now, I am no longer concerned with the copying and pasting. You can do that. You can copy and paste the codes from the manual because again, you will be challenged to improve on them anyways in the test when it comes to the task. The tests also have basically the same structure as activities. It's just some parts are removed to improve the challenge or the difficulty level. So there will be circuits instructions, but there will be no circuit diagrams. And there is a section in the last part for optional enhancements. That means you can do this or you can ignore this, but if you did accomplish them, you can get extra credit or your group can get extra credit. Okay, that's it. For the next part, I will be talking about the mini projects, capstone students should also listen to that video lecture. Before we end, I'd like to show you the actual manual that we are going to use. So this is the cover page, and then here are the contents, an orientation about the different contents, just like what I did. Now, this is the neat part here. You can access the bookmarks here so that you won't get lost because it's quite a long one, quite a long manual, 91 pages. So for example, we are already in activity number 2. You can just go to the bookmarks and it will and click on this that particular activity and it will lead you there. So again, just going back to the lessons, you will see the basics, how it works, how the servo motor works, as well as applications. In the FAQs, this is in question and answer format since yeah, frequently asked questions. So how does a servo motor work? How do I wire a servo motor to Arduino Uno? And then that's the answer would be provided below. Now, going to the activities, you can see the title here and then the descriptions, the list of parts and components that you will use for the activity, circuit instructions, how do you connect, or which pin would you connect the legs or the wires, as well as the circuit diagrams. Now, here is the code, but just heads up that this is only um, a screenshot of the code. Kasi gusto kong makita mo how it would look like in an Arduino sketch. But if you would copy and paste the code, just click on here. This is, you can copy this. Okay, and then just paste it on your sketch. Now going up, going back up, aside from the code provided, there's also an effort to explain it and also the code flow, basically how the code works. When it comes to tasks, okay, so the tasks for the servo motor are a bit more shorter, but I think the ones on the LCD module is better for demonstration. Now for the mini projects, again, you still have the title and the descriptions, the material list, circuit diagrams, but no circuit instructions, but no diagrams. The code is provided as well as the code flow and optional enhancements, the things that you can still add or improve on the program. Okay, clicking on the drop down so that you can access the full parts for the LCD. So let me show you the task. So basically the same as mini projects, actually. Title and description, list of materials, circuit connections, but no diagram. Code is provided in most cases, and there are also optional enhancements that can be done for extra credit. Okay, sometimes the code will not be provided, but only in the case of task number 2, LCD, where you will customize the characters. But then again, there's an activity, which is activity number 6, where you can learn how to do that. Okay, so that's the manual. I will be uploading this on your workstations so that you can have access to them. Okay, again, for the next video, it will be the mini projects, and I would recommend the capstone students to watch them as well. Thank you.